So you have a 2004, 2008 Acura TL, and you notice a small oil leak on your driveway or on the street or the bottom passenger side of your car. First thing I always do is check your vtech solenoid. I will replace the the gasket, the O-ring. So I already took it out. Make sure you take out the filter first before you start taking this out. This is the gasket right here. Now look, it's pretty corroded. And then this is the oil pressure O-ring, which is gonna be right here. And then the inside of this right here is a 10mm bolt. And once you take that off, you're gonna replace it with this number 8 rubber gasket. Now this is how it's gonna look like from outside the car. So you're gonna have a plug that goes to the very top. You're gonna have your oil pressure right here, and you're gonna have 3 bolts. So 1, 2, 3. So this top right is gonna be the long one, and then the top left and the bottom right is gonna be the same size. Now to clean this off, I recommend using either a brake cleaner or maybe a throttle body cleaner or electronic cleaner. Easily cleans it off, and it dries up within a couple of seconds. So now I already took this out. So as you can see, it looks like a number 8, or you say a snowman. So it's gonna be like this. It's held on by these 2 bolts, which is a number 10. Once you take it out, it's going to be tight. Use a flathead, pry it, and it comes right loose. And this is how it looks like. So let's go ahead and spray that off. Dry. So I got a pick right here. I was picking on the edges. It should come right off. So it's good to have a pick. Don't use a flathead. Nothing's not gonna happen. See, comes right off. Now I'll just spray this. We're just gonna let it air dry. Now let's examine this. It's not too bad, but look, it's pretty flat. Same thing with this. I mean, from the front it looks good, but the side is pretty flat. So safe to say, it's a good thing to change it. So I recommend changing this while you're doing the oil change. It'd be a lot easier. See, now let's compare to the old one with the new one. First, by the original, look, it's the same, but look at the side. It's more rounded than the new one. So leave that there. Now let's open this one. And I will leave the link in the description of the part number for the O-ring. Now just look at this from the front. Looks the same, but then look at the side. The new one on the top is more rounded than the old one, which is the bottom one. So let this go for this dry for a few minutes. I'm gonna clean it up real good, and then we're gonna install the gasket and start it right back onto the car. Now we're gonna install the gasket back onto the solenoid. I would be careful with this spring right here because it comes out. Make sure it goes in and is, springs back and forth like this. If it doesn't, you install everything wrong. You're gonna have to take it right back out and do it again. So make sure it goes in and it springs, back and forth. just like that. Push it in. Now for the number 8, goes over here like this, or doing it backwards, grab this one. Now we're gonna place it in. See, like that. And then just match up the shape of it. See the number 8. There it goes. And like this. Like that. So hold it. Grab one. And grab the other one. See how it's pushing upwards? So that's good. If that spring is not pushing upward, that means you put it in wrong. You have to take it back out and redo it. So it's like that. Then we're gonna go ahead, grab your number 10 socket, tighten it by hand. Do this side. Grab your ratchet clockwise, and this side. This side. Now for the oil pressure gasket, insert it in here. See, so we got the oil pressure gasket, which is the orange color. We got this. And we got the pressure pump. So once everything is got the gasket installed, all you have to do, just do reverse step and install it back onto the car. It'd be hard to show it in the video, but this plug right here, it goes in the very top. Let's see if I can grab it. So this plug right here, that's where, let me see if I can focus a little bit more. That's where it plugs to. So I'm not going to show you in the video, but we're going to plug that first before we tighten up everything. So I got that plug plugged in. Oh no. The O-ring with oil pressure just fell out. So that goes back in here. Now we got the oil pressure. And just turn it in clockwise. We're gonna tighten up later because it's better to install all this, all the 3 bolts on first before you do anything else. So first thing first, on the top right, it's gonna be the long bolt, which is right here. So I'm not gonna tighten it all the way yet. Just good enough so that I can install the other 2 bolts. So this one is for the bottom. Remember, the bottom right and the top right is the same size, same length. So let's install this. Now it's good to grab a extension or a socket to to tighten everything back up. So I'm not gonna tighten that all the way yet. Now we're gonna grab the last one. And it goes up like this, and then you tighten it, you turn it. It's a good thing it's daylight, you can see everything. Don't do this with no light. You're gonna second guess, and gonna be frustrated that it keeps on turning, but it's not going the right hole. So it's good to have some kind of light. Okay, so once that in, grab the ratchet. Now we're gonna tighten everything up. Put this to the side. So I'm not gonna over tighten it, so I like to do like a star pattern. So I like to do the top and then the bottom, so that everything is even out from top to bottom, and it's laying flat and it's not slanted when you install it. Okay, that's not super tight yet. So now we're gonna do the top with just the longer one. Turn it by hand first. There's no point of using the ratchet when you just turn it by hand. And once you feel like you can't turn it any farther, grab the ratchet and attach it. Now we're gonna start tightening it. Tight that, then the bottom one. Now the top left. So I like to do like a star pattern. Just like you install your wheels, you do the same thing with everything else. Alright, so that's how everything looks. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the new oil filter. Be right back. So we're using the Pure Leader. I got this from Amazon, a good deal. Like 30 bucks for like 12 of it. So I recommend shopping on Amazon or eBay. Buy a whole bulk instead of buying one by one. So of course, grab some new oil, put it around this black rubber gasket right here. Now just reinstall it. As long as everything is hand tight, it's good. Doesn't have to be super tight or you're gonna have a hard time taking everything out. So once you hand tighten, you can't turn it anymore. When you start up the car and the oil flows through, everything's gonna heat up, and then the gasket and everything's gonna expand and it's gonna be tight. So no need to over tighten it. So for a refresher, since I did not show you, that I took it out from the beginning of the video, how to take it out from the car. So you got this one bolt, then you got two, and you got three. So this is the long one, and this one, And the bottom right is the same way. And then you got the oil pressure, and then you got this long cable right here that goes all the way to the top. So now I'm gonna go ahead and change out my oil. Take oil out from the oil pan. Change the rest of the oil, start the car up, and then I'm gonna look on the street, look at the driveway to see if there's any more oil leak. And if you want one of the best oil, I recommend Pennzoil high mileage platinum fully synthetic 5W20. The mobile one used to be good, but they changed vendors, so I stopped using it. So this is how you change out the vtech solenoid gasket for 2004, 2008 Acura TL.